Welcome to the Michigan Travel Show, a kaleidoscope of stories about the people, places, and events that shape our great state.
So, here on this electronic board here, the memorial was built after the bombing happened in April 19th, 1995. And I see they have a field of empty chairs. I've not walked around here. But anyway, this is the area that is now, and we're standing at the building that was partially blown up, and then they have now built a museum, but a good portion of it was gone. Anyway, well, we're going to go check it out. There's the whole field of chairs over there. This was a water resources building, and it sustained heavy damage. Of course, they tore it down and went from there. Here's the whole field out here now. Reflecting pool, field of chairs. This is the area out here now. Okay, up here, there's a little monument up there that says the courageous and caring who responded from near and far. And on the side of the building there, Oklahoma City National Memorial Museum, we come here to remember those who were killed, those who survived, and those changed forever. May all who leave here know the impact of violence. May this memorial offer comfort, strength, peace, hope, and serenity. They have that down there at 903. Here's the field of chairs, the reflecting pool. The reflecting pool is only a few inches deep, and that's 901. So I'm guessing that's when the bombs went off that morning, April 19th, 1995, 901 and 903. This kind of gives me the feeling of 9/11 in New York City. And of course, there's a high-rise that's been built. Church over there. Another building there. Right here in the dead center of Oklahoma City. The whole reflecting pool right here. Look, the 903 signal there. That's when it must have happened. And there's a door that goes right out into the city. Pretty cool. Okay, well, it says this is the area of the Alfred Murrah building that once stood, and the granite is from the building that was salvaged, but the empty chairs is the 168 Americans who were killed that day, April 19th, 1995. The 9 rows represent the 9 floors on the former Murrah building. Each person's chair is positioned in the row that corresponds to the floor which they were worked. The 5 westernmost empty chairs honor those who were killed outside the Murrah building. You know, the coincidence of this April 19th is almost the same day as the Boston Marathon bombings in 2013. Had to be very close to it. Was right around April 19th. It was obviously the third Monday in April. We'll have to see if they were exact same days. They're very close. Park Service guy giving some of the info about this. Kind of interesting. Beautiful spot here. They've done a great job making this a memorial. And on every one of these chairs is the name of one of the victims. This granite, 4 granite plaques here are of all the survivors in the immediate impact area. So all the buildings and people in the area who survived this deadly bombing. We're looking at the reflecting pool again here. It's only 2 or 3 inches deep. Just water that's over these granite plates, but it's only 2 or 3 inches deep. Drains off and then is recirculated back up, but it's only 2 or 3 inches deep. Okay, well, this is called the fence, and this was the construction fence that was put up in 1995, right after The grounds were after the bombing and left here till 2000. And of course, thousands of people came along and left artifacts and teddy bears and cards and flowers over the years. And this is not the entire fence, just part of it. They put it back up in October 1998 after the memorial was completed. And they say they take these down and put up other things, and then people are always continuously adding for loved ones that were lost in that bombing in 1995. Kind of cool. And this is definitely a living monument. Just everything along here. And there is a race here every year, and it's usually in the spring and approximately same time, but it is the Oklahoma City Memorial Marathon, right around the third weekend of April, or maybe a little later, sometime like that. But they've had every year, and hard to believe it. Now it's been 25 years. So this was a race bib from a couple years ago. Other bibs are still here. Somebody's name there. Here was this year's race bib, the virtual race, October 4th through the 18th, 2020. Marathon Mark left his number here. It was the 20th annual marathon they've had for this memorial. And there it all is. It's all along this fence. This is a little bit of the fence that was left from the construction site. And like I said, they changed things out over a period of time and put things into the archived museum. So there's Oklahoma City here. We are right downtown. Okay, well, these are tiles that kids painted different things on right here in front of the museum. It's kind of cool. There it is. So kids who've drawing different things here. Kind of cool, just in front of the museum. So I'm going to go on inside and see what it's all about. There it is. Museum and Memorial Store. Another significant spot of this memorial, this is called the playground. This grass lawn was the playground for the children in the daycare center. Many children were killed or injured in the building. Right there, this is the playground of the Frank Mira building, federal building. This is the playground area, and it's right next to the building right here. Kind of crazy. I'm on another overlook, and here's an inscription on it. The spirit of this city and this nation will not be defeated. Our deeply rooted faith sustains us. In the park here still, the memorial. Another great view of the sun out. Well, I'm still here in Oklahoma City, and we're looking at the state capitol. But right in front of it is an old oil well. Of course, no longer operating, but in its day, they would find oil everywhere. So this was obviously a working oil rig in its day and kept producing, and they built the state capitol up behind it there. This is called State Capitol Park. Of course, got state buildings to the left over there. It's called the Oklahoma Historical Society and the Oklahoma Judicial Center. Out front is all this parkland here with parking area. And over here is the Jim Thorpe office building, the great Olympian who came out of here in the early 1900s. That's one of the office buildings. We'll go up the state capitol there and check it out a little bit closer. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. interesting emblem here. Washington first took command of the American Army under the grandparent of this elm at Cambridge, Mass. July 3rd, 1775. Raised and presented by the Maryland Daughters of the American Revolution, marked by Oklahoma Daughters of American. This tree is planted as part of the 200th anniversary of the birth of George Washington, 1732 to 1932. So in 1932, this tree right here was planted. Pretty cool. There's it on the Native American Indians there. And it says, as long as the waters flow. And they say he was born in 1914, son of Sam. They called him whatever. Pretty cool. Okay, looking right up out of here at the base of the steps. Closed now, so I'm going to walk around the building. And they have a Native American Indie as the statue on the top. Pretty cool. This was built right around the turn of the century, so phenomenal building. Hey, well, we're in the center of the tribal flag plaza. So I'm going to go outside of this centerpiece here because I'm surrounded by four walls here. And there's the state capitol behind me. We're going to walk out of this. Okay. These are all the tribal flags of all the tribes in Oklahoma, here at the state capitol. Majestic looking building as we're getting a little bit close. As the sun is working its way down. Beautiful day here in Oklahoma City. Looks like a long boulevard heading away from the Capitol building. And looks like this is on a little bit of a hill here. But great view from here. Some more of the government buildings around us here. Old oil well there. There's the Capitol. Another government building. Beautiful complex here in Oklahoma City. Okay, well, a Veterans Memorial over here at the Historical Society building. And once again, they like to honor their veterans here in Oklahoma, which is great. Like I said, this is all part of the State Capitol Park. Sun's getting ready to set. Oil well, Phillips 66. And there's the Capitol building. Majestic looking building.